So the wolves are like Emma's like inner thoughts or like fears. Who would your wolves be and why?
Okay. I would say the first one is definitely my anxiety. I'm always overthinking things. And I think I tend to spiral a bit. Like, I think, like, I miss, like, this will go into another one of my wolves, but I misremember situations, and then I start to, like, spiral and thinking thoughts, like, did this actually happen this way? And then, and yeah, and I think my brain is very easily convinced into, like, twisting what actually happened. And so, yeah, I'm very much a anxious person, I would say. The second wolf, I would say, very similar to Big City Rat Race, where I feel like it's kind of like that work mindset, like kind of constantly working and everything. I definitely overwork myself, I would say. I do a lot of projects at the same time, and then I'm so busy all the time, and then just working, and I get stressed out, and then it's just like a whole cycle over and over again. But I just love working on projects. So it's like not necessarily a wolf, but I feel like it's kind of like that work mindset balance, like with also like personal life as well. Because I get so tied into just working on things that I forget to take time for myself and like to breathe. My third one would be kind of going with anxiety is I have a really bad memory. So I would say like kind of like I have a hard time remembering things, and I think it kind of goes in hand with my anxiety that I don't remember things properly, and I also it hurts some of my relationships as well, because people are like, why did you forget that? I'm like, oh no, I just have a hard time, like, if people tell me things, like there's so much going on in my head that I just forget it. So yeah, I'm gonna working on all of these. But yeah, those are my wolves, I would say.
Thank you.
Okay, so my three wolves would probably be, okay, so the first one is that I am a massive perfectionist. Like, and that sounds like a great thing normally, but it takes over every aspect of my life, to the point where like I can't physically stop doing something until it is 100% where I need it to be. And then even then I'll still find something else that could be a little bit more, or a little bit better, or a little bit tweaked. So I'm just never really finished with anything.
Are you also a Virgo?
No, I'm a Capricorn.
Okay, also makes sense. Okay.
Yeah, so I get very bogged down by the little details. And that goes for literally anything. It can be doing a makeup look, and for that reason it takes me so much longer to do anything, which leads me to my second wolf, which is timekeeping. I am very similar to Mio, actually, very forgetful person. I barely remember my name most days, so the fact that I made it here is a miracle to everyone. But I am very bad with like times, dates, anything like that. It just like in one out the other. Like literally until about 28 hours ago, I genuinely thought that this was a day off, and then I suddenly thought, wait a minute, no it's not, I've got something to do on Thursday, and here we are. But yeah, so for that reason I would probably say timekeeping and forgetfulness is probably hand in hand. But yeah, that would be my third one. Is actually probably my least favourite one. This is the one that actually really does get to me, and I actively try and not do it. But I change the way that I behave around different people, and I really don't like it. Like, around more feminine people, or queer people, I'm a lot more feminine myself, and I kind of let the camp out a little bit. Which I do love that part of me, but also I feel like I go way over the top with it, and I feel like sometimes I'll say something, I'll be like, whoa, girl, chill, like that's like we're sounding like Alan Carr at this point. It's not a good look. but but yeah, and then like I'll have these like bros come up and talk to me and I'll be like, oh, yo, wagwan bro, what you say is stole, and it's like, that's not me either. So I just can't I can't find like a happy medium. It's literally I'm either bro or I'm one of the girls, and I would love to just be able to just be in the middle, but I don't ever feel like I can. Like I don't genuinely feel like I can. It just, and it's not something that I necessarily like actively do either. It just happens.
Do you think it's a bit like well, I would say it's because you're multifaceted. Like you're not like, you know, like people, I think if you are marginalized, whether that is due to like race or gender or whatever, we can code switch. But it's also, I think, about where you feel comfortable.
100%.
As well, because I swear I sound different in these interviews for each one.
No, of course.
Do you think it's more about that you're multifaceted rather than like
she's an
having
actor.
to switch the two?
She's an actor. She the thing is, I just think like I can make people like me more if I act a certain way.
So this is where it's more of a wolf.
This is the wolf
it's the chameleon.
part. Yeah, it's the chameleon. I'm not actually embracing who I am. I'm trying to be someone for someone else. And sometimes it works in certain situations, like if I'm going for a job interview or, you know, things like that. I can kind of read the person, read what they need to hear and adapt to that. But then in other situations, it also means that I'm not able to be my authentic self. And I feel like sometimes that means that I can get a little bit lost in that. And then I have to have this whole like soul searching journey every, you know, couple of years where I figure myself out and all of that jazz. But like I've gone through some journeys. Like if you would have seen me, I don't know, like 4 or 5 years ago, I was very different. Like I had bleach blonde and blue hair, like down, like long. I used to wear lashes, liner, full face of makeup every day, dresses, heels. Like I was that bitch. But then I kind of I realized to myself that I'm only doing that because I was told that I wasn't allowed to. I grew up in a very like traditional family where it's like, no, you're a boy, you have short hair, you don't wear makeup, you wear blue, and you know wear a shirt and jeans. It's like, fuck that's boring. So I kind of went like the complete opposite directions, like long acrylic nails, the whole works. And I thought, yeah, this is great. And then it got to a situation where I didn't have to do that anymore. And then I started to kind of reevaluate and think, wait a minute, is this me, or am I just doing this to prove a point? And now I feel like I kind of settled. I went the opposite way, like back to masculine again and bro. And I was like, no, this is not me either. I do feel like now I've reached like a good medium of being as feminine as I want to be without kind of taking away from my masculinity. So yeah, I feel like I've kind of reached that part. It's more just adapting to the people around me that I would say I'm working on.
Thank you so much.
Hey, I'm Charlie, I'm the hairstylist, and I've only had a coffee today. Yay! Okay, so I think my wolves, I think one of them would be, I've forgotten the word. Let's start with the forgetfulness. I've got that too. Especially with like certain words and stuff. I mean, it comes with like being dyslexic and having different processing speeds to everyone, and having like audio, I've forgotten what it's called, dyslexia, but it's like a audio processing something where like I have like a hard time hearing what people are saying, even though like there's nothing wrong with my ears or anything, and it takes me a second to kind of absorb what's being said out loud. So that's definitely something that I'm like working on, but yeah. And then my next wolf is being introverted. Like, I mean, there's nothing really wrong with being introverted, but it kind of comes with a whole kind of smack of anxiety around talking to anyone ever.
So you're hating this right now.
Yeah, this is great. I'm definitely not sweating. So bad. Yeah, being very introverted, and like when I'm not kind of socializing, kind of feeling lonely because I never know how to reach out to people and just be like, hey, wanna hang? Like, that feels so awkward to me. So yeah, but I'm trying to be a bit more outgoing and get in touch with my friends more and be like, hey. Yeah, so that's definitely a wolf that I have, the introvert. And people pleaser is a definite wolf of mine, which I've been working on for a very long time, but it is very hard to not be a people pleaser, because I very much like peace and just like people being happy makes me feel happy. So I struggle with doing everything that I can for everyone to always be okay, but that's not how human beings work. And yeah, really suffering myself because of people pleasing with others, and really like bending over backwards for other people, and
Which we're not gonna do anymore.
and like taking too much of a step back on myself and my own health and well-being. So yeah, those are my three wolves.
Thank
sure.
you.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Nogga. This is me with Charlie in the hair chair, and I'm really excited to be in Emma's music video playing Age Fear, because I love to age, but I fear its consequences.
I would say my three wolves would be, first one being chaos. I am quite a chaotic person, and that's great, and that's also terrible. I similarly am very busy, and I like to be busy, but that doesn't actually go well with my brain because my brain thinks in 100 different ways. So everything I do and every day just seems to kind of be chaos, but I kind of love that and I thrive in it as long as it's controlled chaos, which is something I'm working on. I think another one would be something like to do with like the internal versus the external. I don't really know how to sum that up in one word, but I think, how I present myself. I'm quite outgoing, I'm quite loud, and that goes with the chaos. But like, it's definitely, there's that persona, that is me. But then there's the internal, of that isn't, I don't know how to explain this, but the internal is a lot quieter, and it's a lot softer. And I come across incredibly confident, but actually internally I've got a lot of overthinking, a lot of stuff, so it's like finding that balance between having that confidence but not faking it too much, if that makes sense.
I get that.
And then the third one would actually probably be a mix between, I think it would be beauty standard. I'm going to nick one of Emma's, because that's always been something, as a girl growing up. That's just what it is. And I think I fought very hard to kind of extract myself from that, because I suffered from that quite severely. And I thought that's why I shaved my head. That's because I was like, screw it. I got rid of my super long hair, and I was like, I need to just, and also it was a breakaway from patriarchy to basically be like, fuck you. So I shaved it, and the freedom of that was incredible. And I'm now growing my hair out again and trying to learn and love it in a different way with long hair, and not feel so
feminine in the eyes of, you know, the world. But yeah, so that's kind of my three wolves.
Oh, thank you.
No worries.